I just want to, Carol, such a force, and created a whole wing of the theater for women's stories. I mean, she just did that. So that's what I should do, so she did it. One other aspect of Carol, probably all know about, but I thought I'd share this little story. So it was at the point where the old theater had burned down. We had gotten the Frog Pond restaurant right up the block, and with the mission of transforming it into a theater, thank you, Kenny, and everyone. So there was a point where every weekend everybody would show up at the old, rundown restaurant and do construction so we could, for sweat equity, turn it into a theater. And then we had already planned and were in rehearsals to open with Waiting for Lefty. So that's all going on. So the opening date was coming up, and we're all furiously there every weekend, putting in the old theater seats and painting, etc. So I'm in one of the, Saturday afternoon, I'm in one of the back rooms that was going to become the women's dressing room. I'm in the corner, like over there, painting. White paint, gonna paint this place, turn it into a dressing room. I'm painting away, and then there appears at the doorway Carol and another man who was helping with publicity. They're standing at the doorway, and I'm here painting away. And Carol says, "Stop. I see something behind you." And I go, "Well, Carol, I'm just trying to get this thing painted because we're going to open the show." She goes, No. There is an entity right. We were standing. There is an entity. It is a very dangerous entity. It is very evil and destructive. I said, "Carol, I'm just trying to get this thing painted. I want to paint here." She goes, "No, the theater cannot open because of the dark energy I see right by you." And I'm like, "Carol, I'm trying to paint the thing." She says, "No, we can't." I said, "Carol, we're opening the show in a month or something. We have all the money we have is based on the show has to open, and we have to make enough that we're going to stay open. That's the deal here. So I don't care about the entity." She said, "No, it can't open. Talk to Paul." And I go, "Okay." So I go, "Paul Brennan, head of the theater. There's an entity in the back room. Carol says so. She says we can't open Waiting for Lefty, and we had taken one of the $5,000 that we had is gone because we're going to open the theater." And Paul goes, "Okay, well, we're opening the show." That's the deal. I go, "Okay, well, what about the entity?" He goes, "Talk to Carol, tell her whatever she wants to do. She wants to get an exorcist in here, whatever. Do it, get it out. We're opening the show." So I call Carol. "What are we going to do? Do you have an exorcist or what?" Well, in fact, we did have a lovely young actress in the theater who was very Catholic and knew about how to do this. I wasn't there when it happened, but I swear to you, they came in and they had holy water and did the whole thing. Like, okay, so we opened the show. We made back the thousands that we needed to keep that theater running. It's still up there. It's still a theater. So I'm like, okay, Carol, it's like a little eccentric there with the thing. A short time later, I kid you not, I go to a party for the LA Weekly was right up the street at the time, the magazine, LA Weekly. Paul goes, they're having a party for the advertisers. Go to the party and hang out and talk to people because we advertise in the LA Weekly. I go, okay. So I go with my friend. We're talking to people. These two young women come up. "Hi, we work at the LA Weekly." And I said, "Oh, that's great. We're going to open our theater. We're going to open our theater there pretty soon. We're excited." I said, "We're turning the old closed down restaurant into a theater." And I said, "You wouldn't believe the deal we got in the rent." And they go, "Well, I'm not surprised. The guy killed himself in the back room. Right there." I'm sorry to be a bummer, but I went like, what? Right there, did it. So, she knew stuff that most people don't know. But you know, the clearing happened, the show opened, that show was successful, as many, many more were after that. But the other little part of the story, Judith, was we were doing Waiting for Lefty, and it was just a magical time to, you know, to have the theater running again and this like critically acclaimed show and all these things going on and everybody, Carol, everybody doing all these things. And there was one night, you could be on stage and look out over the audience, and Judith was running the lights, and you know, at what used to be the bar of the restaurant, you could see her. And that one night, several people came up to Judith and said, there was a guy dressed in white and he was standing by you during the whole show. Who was that guy? Judith said, there was never anyone standing by me. My take on it, Carol, she got whatever happened to this poor man's spirit. He was better, and he paid a little visit as a guardian angel. That's how I see it. And as Carol, you know, she saw things other people don't see, which manifested in her theater work, but in other ways as well. So that's the story.
Oh, thank you.